So here is the healthy egg. And she did lay 2 initially, but one of them didn't develop veins. This one didn't have veins originally either. But now the veining is super strong. You can't really see it. Very faint because we're in the bright light right now. But there, you can see that now. I'm incubating at 78 right now because that is what the second person told me to incubate at. So just a quick recap on I guess the temperatures I'm choosing. The first time I got eggs from these guys, it was I think 2020 or 2021, and I incubated at 88 because I was told that they need like mid to high 80s, which sounds insane in hindsight. Like, why would I believe that? But it was a different time. I was less experienced with these South American colubrids, and yeah, they all hatched with enlarged hearts. Some were I think at least one, maybe 2 were like leaking brain matter because their skulls on top did not close. Like, it was horrible, and none of them survived. And that was from a geriatric female, though. Just for the record, that female was incredibly old. She actually passed from old age, like maybe a year or 2 later. Cataracts, everything after that clutch, like you could tell she was old after that clutch happened. And then she kept laying slugs like the whole time, though. Like, she never stopped. These snakes never stop laying, even if they've never been paired. So I know I have the fish tank filters running in the background, but hopefully this still makes sense. Here's Mama. Finally has all the slugs out. She initially laid like at the end of April, and this is the beginning of June now. So when she was first egg-bound, I did take her to the vet, and we drained 2 of the closest eggs to the cloaca, which were still not very close. The really big slugs were stuck pretty high up, and she only laid 2 when she was actually supposed to lay, basically. So we drained the 2 big slugs at the top, and like through the belly with the needle, and she was able to pass those plus 1 normal size slug. And then I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and the next 2 slugs were also huge, and then they weren't coming out. And I waited because I didn't want to stress her again needlessly, and was just hoping that she could pass them, and it didn't happen. So I had to aspirate them myself. Alright, so here is the one that I aspirated just a few days ago. Right here, and it all crumpled up and shriveled, and she was able to pass that super easily. But then I tried aspirating the next one, which was also a giant slug, and I couldn't. I think the inside of this got too thick because I waited 6 weeks, to let her try to pass this naturally, and that did not work. The whole time the female was still eating, by the way. And this beast of a slug is what was still being retained. And I had actually bought a bigger gauge needle, and I was like, oh my gosh, I really hope I don't need to use a 16 gauge needle on this girl, because the 18 gauge is what I used to get this out. And that was great, but it didn't work on this one. And you can still feel it's kind of squishy. These are not hard. She laid this last night. Thank gosh. And then these 2 little slugs came out immediately after. And that's it. She is now completely free. Basically, I did pair her, except they were first year males, and they did not get the job done, clearly. And so we got some funky sized eggs, some funky sized slugs. Like, this wasn't even big. Like, this wasn't the big one. This was the big one. Imagine like that blocking the whole train. in her oviduct is basically what was going on. And thankfully just got it out with the needle, and we didn't have to force them out, risk ripping the oviduct or anything like that. Just, it was still scary and risky. She's got antibiotics for it and everything, and hopefully it is smooth sailing, and hopefully that one good egg hatches and something good comes from all of this, because this has been 6 weeks of worry, and I'm just so glad that she's got him out. She's eating, she's doing great. Saw her taking a drink this morning, so all lies well.